breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk doggy told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page lies, it's about to begin. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, and if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Doggy Nationwide. Well, there'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Doggy Nation tells your friend Mike, he's your man. Then he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide. Click on Mike's page, Drunk Doggy Nationwide. Yeah, here at Mike's page, Drunk Doggy Nation Pride.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Yes, that's an awesome song. That was written by our buddy Andy Simmons. He wrote some pretty awesome tunes for us. Yes, he has. Here's our boy Louie. We got a lot to talk about, so I'm sure we're going to have a lot more people in the chat. So our regulars, Romper Room, might not happen today because we got a lot to talk about. So I'll try to get right into it right away. Talk about Invest 92. Hurricane hunters are heading out today. Definitely took the shape a little bit better last night. Oh, Louie was trying to wave. We're trying to teach Louie to wave on camera. Come on, Louie, wave. You're going to do it one of these days. Let's wave. Look. Come on, wave. You're doing it, buddy. Good boy. Do it again. Come on, wave. Come on, you can do it. Wave. Wave. There he goes. There's our buddy. He's the new Spuds McKenzie of 2020, right? The man. He should have a beer named after him. All right, so we're gonna show you Hunter, and I got hair all over me, but the dogs are worth it. All right, here's our new boy. Here's our new little guy. He's still little Hunter. You guys named him. We talked about Hunter before we picked him up as a family. We got Hunter. Now, how long have we had him? Like 5 weeks now, and he's grown a little bit. He's, 7 weeks. Oh my God, we've had him 2 months now. He's a good boy. He's actually staying. He's going outside to go potty. Right, buddy? Give me a kiss. Nope. All right. So there's our boys, Hurricane Hunter, Hurricane Louie. One day we'll have a meet and greet around town. You guys can meet them. Maybe I'll come along. All right, so as always, we always start the show thanking our Facebook Live sponsor, ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. So I had to pull up the picture from last year. This is August 30th, 2019. And that's me. We were at ABC, stocking up for the hurricane. So big thanks to ABC, obviously, and they're located here in Florida. Louie Lager, yeah, that's a good name. That might happen. So big thanks to ABC. All right. So again, normally we do these chats. I do these chats all year long. We have a lot of Facebook supporters. We have our diehard crew. Obviously now the tropics are heating up, so I'm going to try to be a little bit more into the details everybody's coming here to look at. I'll be goofy if I can. Yeah, Don, he's stubborn today. So, and I got my cup. Make sure you have your Louie cup for the diehards. We're going to come up with something for Hunter. Since Louie took over the coffee shift, maybe we'll do Hunter can be like the wine glass. Hey, Carrie, yeah, we're at 4,000. That's because the tropics are heating up. We had 44,000 last year during Dorian. I hate it for all the wrong reasons I get popular. Not because it could be a sunny day in the tropics, and I'll have like 800 people. All right, so we'll dive right into it. I'll try to peek over at the comments, see what everybody's talking about. Everybody wants to know about Invest 92. So here's the latest models. These just came out, Tropical Tidbits. It's always so cool at 9:20 when we start our chat, 9:19. The 12Z model suite comes out, and these are on Tropical Tidbits. So I just saw them a second ago. Yes, they look scary, right? If you live in Florida. Bahamas. The trend overnight, we talked about this little bit of shift. And indeed, yesterday we showed that convection. That convection was a little bit to the southwest. It does appear, looking at the latest satellite, that the convection is definitely finding a spot where it's going to try to consolidate into a low pressure system. Yesterday it was very wide, elongated, and we were, when I went to bed, we posted. It looked like it shifted south, and it did. So what this means is that spaghetti models are going to have to catch up. They're getting data fed to them. But when the hurricane hunters head out later today, they're going to find out where hopefully the true center is. And if the center shifts a little bit to the south, unfortunately, that means more of the islands initially, Barbados into Lesser Antilles here, middle islands, are going to get a little bit more. So just keep your eye on it, especially here initially, because if the center does end up locating a little farther south, you can just see it. The models are showing that it's going to skirt most of the islands here, but if you look at where it's at now, they would have to shoot off northwest instantly. Otherwise, it's creeping on you guys quick. So you're going to start to feel it. There's already a buoy out there that reported a tropical storm force winds. So all they're looking for now is close low. Close low will say so much as far as believing spaghetti models. Then we'll start to look at trends with models and whatnot. But so that's it. Unfortunately, well, two things. A shift could be good and bad. Bad for Hispaniola. But good for the U.S. and Bahamas, because Hispaniola, very high terrain, has been known to tear apart systems. Low-level circulations actually get disrupted by the high mountaintops. So a shift down here would mean spaghetti models could possibly take it right over the island. So, where one is a positive move, it's a negative for another. So pretty much everybody down here is watching and waiting. Ultimately, yes, all the models have it curving up and then a slow turn. I posted it earlier. We've been watching a lot about this Bermuda High. There was a weakness coming down, and it's still showing up. That's going to allow our system to get pulled northward. It's all going to be how strong this weakness is and how strong the high pressure builds back in. The high pressure has been pretty strong this last couple of weeks, so I was thinking that the high is going to end up dominating a little bit more, and so far the models are starting to say that, and high is going to build in a little quicker, allowing more of a west push. So that's just, these are trends, and we're talking within 7 days here. This isn't like, in the years I got criticized, rightfully so. You start looking at models 10 days out, and everybody's like, it's 10 days out. We're talking about this weekend. This could be right here, Sunday. We're not talking like a week from now. We're talking about this Sunday. That's 4 or 5 days from now. So yeah, it's happening. I put it on my personal page today. Big storm brewing, possibly. Be prepared, because hey, it could turn into something. We saw what happens here, man. If this thing misses the islands completely, and it gets over all this warm water, guess what? It's only got one way to go, and that's up. NHC always starts out conservative. They only had Dorian as a tropical storm, and it ended up obviously Cat 5. So, not saying that's going to happen. Just we know that if this thing stays over open water, so there's that. So these models just came out, Tropical Tidbits. So again, point being made, this is a guess where the center is right now. The hurricane hunters are going to find out where the true center is. It's not going to go any farther north, in my opinion. It's going to go a little farther south, and this is going to shift the models a little bit more. And like I said, if you follow the center line, it's not even coming close to the islands. But if you look at reality, it's definitely getting close to the islands. So that's our immediate threat. This little guy behind is not mentioned by the NHC. I don't understand why. showed it a lot yesterday. It had signs of mid-level vorticity, and it had little signs of lower level. Looking pretty blobbish, right? So I don't know. One storm at a time. But this one definitely is firing. And this is all in relation to this MJO pulse, the Kelvin wave, coming across right now. In theory, it definitely helps ignite the tropics. So could be the reason that we're seeing this. You know, and think about it. Long-time followers, supporters, what would we say? End of July, early August. I've been harping on that. Not that it's just all the signs showed that this MJO cycle was coming, and so we'll see. You know, but two healthy-looking waves. This one's not even being designated by the NHC right now. Of course, I had the NHC graphic up here. This is this is all the official stuff. If you're ever worried about anything, remember I am no meteorologist. I'm a media. They call me a mediaologist. So, I'm just a blogger. So I have all the NHC stuff right here if you ever need it. Official stuff. But they're back to 90% at 8 a.m. And darn it, we spoil Emily again. I'm getting a little pissed off about this. This is what they got. Awful. I run on Duncan. That sounds like a good corporate sponsor for Mike's Weather Page, Duncan. Mike's Weather Page runs on Duncan. Have him call me up. All right. So here's the deal. 90%. They're saying, let's see what they said. No well-defined center. Data from a new NOAA. Oh, there's that buoy. Tropical storm force winds. Air Force hurricane hunters are heading out this afternoon. So maybe 5 o'clock we'll get... But they need to issue a PTC now. Why no PTC? PTCs are potential tropical cyclones, and yes, there are people that live down here. Don't get caught up on if you live in the United States. There are people down here. I hope they're laughing right now. They're people too. All right. So here's another good site. So the Southwest Florida Water Management site includes the Euro model map. Levi's doesn't. So if you ever need the Euro is not on Levi's site. Little tidbit. So the Euro is a little bit more back in line with everybody else. All of them have shifted a little bit. There you have it. So you could argue that the majority of the stronger models are just off the coast of Florida. Unfortunately, that would be bad for the Bahamas. But again, don't get too worked up yet until the hurricane hunters find true center. Because once they find true center, then the models are going to be a little more believable. Because all these curves are based on steering patterns, but that's all if that's the true center. If the center shifts, all this will stay the same. It just shifts with it because the steering patterns don't change. It's just where the storm decides to set up. That makes sense, right? Right. Water's hot, anomalies. We know that. Plenty of heat potential, plenty of rocket fuel out there. Good map showing you potential energy right here. It's experimental, but this takes into account, current conditions. Valid July 28th today. So, this basically says if everything lined up perfectly, the atmosphere could support 910, 920, 930 millibar. So, and same thing with the heat. See the blue? It could support H5. It could. Everything has to be perfect. But if you're saying the water is too cold, that's what I'm saying. If the water is not too cold, and there's plenty of heat potential. So this is a good map to say, hey, worst case scenario, it could, if everything lined up, all the stars. So there's plenty of, this Bay News 9 graphic is good too. It kind of combines that Barron index, which includes all conditions, shear. So it would be entering an area down the road that we'd have to watch. It's way down here right now. So I'm just talking about that last minute blow up that we have to worry about. All right, let's look at the individual models. Another good point is this dust. A lot of dust talk, and the dust. Always talked about this with this system. There was always this window of opportunity that the dust would push in front of it, and you can see that here. Let's go in time. So as we go in time, here's our Invest 92. There was a big dust plume that came out in front. The dust plumes seem that they run a little quicker than the storm itself because the dust plumes are entrained in an upper level high pressure, the Bermuda High. The Bermuda High is spinning quicker than our system, so the dust plume is going to outrace it, and there's going to be a little window of opportunity that it misses out on the heavy stuff, and you can see that right here. So this is where it's at currently. And all this dust here is going to start weeding out to the front, and the bigger dust plumes behind it. So dust, in my opinion, isn't going to be a biggest factor as it was with Gonzalo. So, and there's two distinct blobs too. They keep, a lot of chitter chatter on that. There's two blobs on this little guy. We can go back and look. This is kind of the dominating feature yesterday. This is all tied into that southwest blob, but this one's definitely winning. It appears there's a lot of lightning. Lightning is an indicator of strengthening. So that to me is where this is definitely taking shape right here. And you can see constant firing. So anyway, it's developing. Let's look at some individual model runs. Again, the model runs is taken with a grain of salt because again, this whole thing is trying to establish itself. Let's look at the winds real quick. Let's look at vorticity and see if there's any satellite signature. See, it's still a very broad low right now. I haven't looked at these yet. What you'd like to see is a tighter vorticity to get an idea of true center. Right now, it's just a big low pressure center. 500 millibar sometimes will tell you where it's going to end up. And see, 500 millibar is a little lower, what we showed yesterday. So to me, over the years, your middle level dominates over your lower level, and your lower level catches up to your middle level, and your middle level is a little farther south. And this is in line with where it's at right now. So that's interesting. So, man, I hope, model shift would be, it definitely would make the spaghetti models point more towards Florida and even sneaking into the Gulf some. So that's the scoop on that. I'm not going to... Oh, my God, there's our daily sneeze again. What the hell? It's always at the same time, too. 20 minutes in. Now you broke my train of thought. Hey, Ted, what's up, buddy? What are the X? The X that I posted earlier, hopefully, that was the position of what each model was saying. All right, so there's that. Vorticity down by 10. I mean, I don't know. But, man, it sure looks like the center. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I want to look at one more chart, the wind map chart, and we'll see. Then we'll go right into this. We'll get into all the model runs. So, all right. So definitely see signs here on the lower level that our low is definitely lower than what the spaghetti models are showing. Because here's Barbados, but still dirty looking, but starting to show closed low right here. See that? And then 500 millibar, it's ugly, but it's starting to show closed low. So it's trying, but look, here's Barbados is farther south. So again, the models seem like they're too high to me. Here's Barbados, right? Look, I'm telling you, it just to me, they're wrong. They're wrong. But hey, I could be wrong. Guess what? Because I'm an unofficial person. But I would definitely be watching closely here in all the islands here, for sure. I think it's lower. And if it is lower, that means the spaghetti models would do this. So, but all right, let's look at the individual model runs. All right, I'm going to go to Twitter and say it right now. In my opinion, 92 is way south of where our spaghetti models are initializing. We will see with an A. I mean, I shouldn't say way south. 90 is a bit. How about that? It's not as bad. It's a bit more south. That could change That could change a lot. A lot. All right, I put it on Twitter. That's a very bold move for me to go on Twitter because I'm followed by real people, real meteorologists. And they'll correct me if I'm wrong. And there you go. So, all right, so down the road, this is what we got to worry about. Let's look at all the models. All right. Any developing system obviously needs to be watched. Conditions ahead, not the worst as far as being favorable for development. So plenty of heat and energy. Dry air does not seem to be as big of an issue with this system, in my opinion. It never seemed like it was. It took the headlines a couple days ago, but all in all, this thing always had the moisture around it. So, in my opinion, moisture is not going to be as big a factor as it was made out to be believed a couple days ago. So, we'll see on that. But this is the area you got to watch, obviously, when it gets to here. So, all right, let's look at all the individual overnight runs. First off, let's go to ensembles. Ensembles are a blend of everybody's models. So here's the latest OOZ Euro ensembles. That general motion, and see the models are very confused. The models initialize down here, and then they go north and then south. So, but again, here's your Euro ensembles. Most keeping it kind of weak, 40, 50 knots, 60 knots. So Euro not predicting a strong system, which is good news. But initial intensity forecasts always seem like they're underdone this early in the game. So take it with a grain of salt. But anyway, slow curve north. Eventual, we have a break in the atmosphere. High pressure pushes it. So again, some of them favor, East Coast. Some have a recurve. Good news. But too early in the game to be waving pom-poms yet. Here's your GFS 06Z ensembles. These are all on Weather Nerds, by the way. These are free, weathernerds.org. Here's that general motion. A little more strengthening with the GFS. And curve out. So, I had a viewer email me from Virginia. I mean, pretty much, everybody should be watching the progression of this, especially today with the hurricane hunters going in. So, the 5-day map looks a little more worrisome for Florida, but again, there's not 100% agreeing that this thing is going to hit Florida. So, hey, Christopher, yeah, listen, more and more people are mentioning that. Thank you for saying that. I don't know the realm of that, but they're saying because of the lower commercial flights right now, they get a lot of data from commercial flights. Because we have less flights now going across the Atlantic, there's less data. So we're going to see if that's a true thing or not. I don't know enough yet. So everybody's talking about how to say it. There's a YouTube. Hey, Marianne, I think it's just this afternoon. So there you go. So listen, I'm not trying to hype this thing, please. There are a lot of models suggesting this thing's going to curve. But I'm just saying, the timing is this weekend. That's all, and if this thing decides to be farther south, then obviously everything shifts, and I don't want people to be caught off guard. So I show all the possibilities. Go with my, and here's another model. Remember yesterday, all the intensity models. Not one intensity model last night had this above tropical storm, and now we're starting to inch into category 1 to land down the road. This is, so the trend is not your friend right now on that one. So the individual overnight runs, let's look at the 06Z. We're going to tropical tidbits. We can look at all of them but the UK. We're not going to show the Navy model. Okay, yeah, I will. Hey, there's Brax. I got your name right, Brax. There's Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie, no, I didn't. Man, I forget to look at all that stuff. But I did see your sticker, Stephanie Stokes. I appreciate that. I'm going to tweak them. I'm going to have my guy. Hey, Rich, they can watch me because I have YouTube. My buddy Phil said I need to promote YouTube more. Yeah, Dale, we were supposed to go to Margaritaville camping, and I'm this close to canceling up in Georgia. But I do have a YouTube, Rich Hall. Thank you, Rich. There's a YouTube channel. And I have all my videos on there, and I'll upload this as soon as I'm done. Look at that, every one. I had 200. I get only 300, 400 views, But every video I upload to YouTube as soon as I'm done. Where's 726? Oh, that was Sunday. I didn't do one. Well, I did one, but I only put the 919 ones on. But anyway, it's on YouTube. Mike's Weather Page. Real simple to find. It's pretty crisp. You can watch me in full screen. So it's on YouTube. All right, back to the individual model runs. These are tropical tidbits. All right, so here's the latest GFS. It gets obviously a little closer to the islands. Crosses just kind of through Puerto Rico. This would be Thursday. So, weak, which is good. But don't go all in on that. And then a slow strengthening here over Bahamas. This is Friday into Saturday. And then kind of weakens it and has it go right into South Florida right here. And this would be Sunday. So it weakens it and then eventually kind of pulls it up through the panhandle. So, I mean, no matter what, it looks like it's going to be bringing rain. Worst, the best case scenario, I guess, because I don't want to be cheering for hurricanes. All right, so there's a GFS. We're just showing you all the individual runs overnight. The overnight CMC model. Canadian's been really well this year, strengthening 1,002 over Puerto Rico. Timing would be Wednesday night, Thursday, going into Thursday morning. Close to Hispaniola, then it starts to deepen it a little bit over the Bahamas. Same thing, kind of weak. And then it starts to really develop it over the Gulf Stream, gets it awfully close. Not like we haven't seen this path before. Matthew and Dorian. Saturday, Sunday, and then getting awfully close to Carolinas. That would be Monday, Tuesday. So there's another run. The Navy model, I guess I'll show it because it has been shared all over the internet. If you're starting out a weather page and you want to get likes for the wrong reason, find the most nastiest model, post it, hit Florida, you're going to get 1 million likes. They're going to be negative likes, but they're still a like. But anyway, Navy model predicting it. Little weaker now. Hey, look at that. I didn't see this one yet. 06. So there's that trend. And this one goes into the Carolinas. That would be Monday morning. Here's Sunday somewhere down here. So you're getting the idea on the timing. And then, yes, the models are all saying a little bit more confidence on a turn just east of Florida. But we're seeing a trend of closer to Florida. When we see trends, you kind of want that trend to stop. And then it kind of goes back because you get this windshield wiper effect. So the models are just ticking a little to the west. That's all. That's just a trend you have to watch for. All right, there's Navy. So your Hurricane specific models, the H-Wharf, they've been a little more aggressive on development, which they did very well with Hannah. I don't know why the models honestly aren't developing this a little bit more. I mean, upper shear obviously could be a factor, but conditions are a little more favorable right here. And here's the H-Wharf. This one just ran OOZ. But no, unfortunately, Bahamas, there you go. This is going into Saturday. Could be a strengthening hurricane. And then the H-Wharf starts that painful turn right off the coast of Florida. So, that's what we're watching. All the paths seem to be very similar. H-Mon. That's the old, oh my God, that looks scary. Purple. It's freaking Barney. Barney, what are you doing in the hurricane? All right, here's the islands. This one doesn't go out far enough yet, so we don't even see where Florida's at. But this is the Bahamas. So you get the idea. Everything's turning. Everything's west northwest. So intensity's ticking up. Biggest question mark is going to be if it finds a new center. All this, unfortunately, is going to shift and change everybody's plans. Hispaniola doesn't need the flooding. DR, Puerto Rico for sure. So and we got to worry about this thing, intensifying quick. I mean, the models are way underdone, in my opinion. The main operational models, they're showing almost no strengthening in the next few days, but it's looking healthier before our eyes. So let's see if anybody on Twitter responded yet to me. Had 32 likes. That's good. I just want to make sure I didn't have. So Levi, our buddy, just posted. Let's see what he says. All right. So Invest92, he posted this morning. Remains elongated. That's a new word. Elongated. Recent trends suggest the southwest side be stronger than originally forecast. It's tough to know how this will evolve, but eventual seems likely. So he's kind of noting it too. And of course, all interests at the Leeward Islands should experience tropical storm force winds regardless if it's named or not. Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, Hispaniola. So that makes sense. John Morales is a South Florida meteorologist. Let's see any other late breaking weather news. So anyway, all right. So I'm going to drink coffee and read comments now. All right, nothing there. All right, cool. Let's put this back. Let's put on some live radar, and then I'm going to see what y'all are saying, and I'll slow down a little bit. And by the way, look at that. We got another little blob. So this is leftover energy dipping down, too, from Hannah. Look at that, off the Texas coast. This is all indications, too, that our high pressure still remains pretty strong here in Florida. And it'll be tough to break it down. It's all dependent upon this low coming down. And let's see what the surface charts show for the next several days. See, they're showing L, low pressure. This would be Sunday morning, Monday morning, Tuesday morning. So they're still showing that low. They're not going to show system yet, but they're just teasing the idea that the high pressure here. See how high pressure is strong right now? It's gonna be tough to break that down. Just old Floridians know when the Bermuda high is strong, we tend to have to be a little more careful on future. So here's the tropical. This is another surface chart. 72 hours, 3 days from now, they're showing land right over smack dab over Hispaniola. So that would be bad for them. That would be good for future strength. Every meteorologist, Bob, has dust. Okay, well, I'm going to go out on a limb and be the other guy that says dust isn't going to make a difference on this storm. How about that? Brax, what do you think? So yeah, Jim, good point. I mean, the models are showing it, but listen, the one factor is, like I said, if it's in crosses smack dab over Hispaniola, the big mountains of Hispaniola are fascinating. You can see it I haven't even looked today, but I'll guarantee it. If you look at the winds at the lower level, it's crazy to see how the winds break up. Watch this. So these are your strong easterly winds coming across the Atlantic, right? Lower level. Look what happens when they hit Hispaniola. Bam! The mountains are weather changers. So if we had a low-level circulation coming across here, it literally rips apart the low-level circulation of a system because of the mountains. And you have a little bit over here in eastern Cuba too. But it's just fascinating to see. Even 850 millibar winds. These are higher up winds than surface winds. But look, the mountains still stop the winds in their track. So that's why they always say, that any system that crosses Hispaniola has got a lot of work to do. And here's our low. So that low pressure, if it came across that island, would break it apart or help break it apart. Not to say it can't generate, but it would take time. It could hit this as a 2, come out as a 1 or TS even, and it would take longer to develop back. And here, look at that. Here's that strong high pressure. You can see it. Overall high pressure here. Strong high pressure is going to continue this on a westward trend in the short term. Strong high pressure system. It's expected to break down midweek, but your steering current map showing that. Look, so here's your upper level winds. Upper level winds pushing our system along to the west. Eventually, we got a break coming. We got a little front coming down, and that's going to open the door. Let's go look at that real quick. So overall steering map is very fascinating. When we go to Tropical Tidbits here, you can see it's not an exact science, but it's everything in a nutshell. Here's our system. Here's our low pressure coming down, and it's a race. If our low pressure system's right here, there's a break, and it's going to get pulled up. Low pressures attract each other. This is a little weakness. This is a path that our system would take, but then high pressure is going to build back in quick, and you'll see it pop up here, and that could push it obviously more into Cone US. Now, if you go to the exact, now this is Monday morning. If you go to the Euro, same thing. Our system would be somewhere around here. High pressure is building back in. Look at that, Tuesday. So, the trend has been high pressure building back in. Here's the CMC model, high pressure building back in. And look, kind of prevents any fast escape out to sea. So that's what you just have to worry about in the U.S. is this high pressure being a little bit stronger, pushing our system, or not allowing our system an escape out to sea. So, Jessica, it could be named today. Listen, if the hurricane hunters find any inkling, is that a word? Inkling. I've always wondered if inkling is a word. Inkling a word? No, not inking. What did I say, Julie? Is if there's any inkling, is that even a word? Is there any inkling? I don't even know if that's a word. Inkling? How would they even spell it? No, it doesn't even come up. Google. I've confused Google now. If there's any signs of lower level, that's easier to say. Then they're gonna classify it. All they're looking for is a guaranteed low pressure system center, and if they find a closed low right here, but look how low it is. I'm telling you. Hey Russell, the Saharan air layer, it appears it's at its worst spot. It said it's worst, best. I always get in trouble. For storm formation, the dust, the biggest dust is right above it. Our system has indeed moistened to the south, so it has less intrusion now. But this dust that's up north is going to outrace 92. So Wednesday, Thursday, the thicker dust plume is going to actually be ahead of the system and then it'll just get gone, and our system will have a little better surroundings. The bigger dust plume's behind it, so that makes sense. Jessica, I think inkling. There you go, Rebecca. Inkling. I knew you'd come through. Oh, now we have definition. A slight knowledge. Yeah, there you go. Inkling. Now, that's one of those words, if you say it over and over again, then you don't even know what you're saying. Inkling. Crazy. All right, all my Facebook peeps are helping out. Ashley, that's kind of a cool idea. I mean, God, I'll try it. Let's do it. What's up, Whitney? How's it going up that way? Listen, Florida just needs to be watching. We're talking, Florida Keys. It could be there as soon as Sunday this week. It's all going to depend on that passage by Hispaniola. Little to the north, high pressure strong. That's the He-Bear box. Somebody always brings it up. The He-Bear box is a area that claims that if it passes through here, then South Florida's guaranteed almost to get something. So that's just an old wise tale. I'm sure there's been storms deny that, but there's a lot of history that shows that if this box gets passed through, this area needs to watch it. So maybe I'll post that. Let's post it. I always post while I'm going live because then I see who's not actually watching us. eBear box could be in play. Could be in play. South Florida. Lots to watch. The next day, the next couple days. Now, is that fear casting? I hope not. It's just a cool looking image. I like that one because it looks kind of neat. So then I'm going to crop it here a little bit like this because I don't like that. So there's that. We'll do that. eBear box could be in play, South Florida. Lots to watch the next couple of days. And if you're new to the site, you're probably wondering, who the hell is this guy? All right, so watching and waiting. Yep, that's what we're doing here. All right, so. What are we gonna talk about now? Somebody just said they're glad I'm on Twitter. Well, cool. I need to post that. All right, so let me do the eBear box on Twitter too. Could be in play, South Florida. Watch to watch. So I have Twitter people, eBear box, and I have Instagram people. What am I up to now on Twitter? 25,000 followers. That's pretty big, isn't it? I don't know. Is that big? 25,000. That's a lot. All right, what are we talking about? So listen. All right. So right now, I guess. All right. So last night when we went to bed, I said the morning's going to tell a lot. If the trend of the Southwest occurs, then we're going to have a little bit more anxiety with the storm. And fortunately, I woke up and it was moist and juicy, as you saw my post earlier. So now we got to sit back and wait and watch what the hurricane hunters find. Again, this thing is definitely, spaghetti models are showing it way up here. Oh, somebody asked me that. So, definitely the islands down here, this thing is not doing what the spaghetti models say, and it's going due west. Hey, Eileen, it depends if you have tacos the night before. Stephanie, yeah, I'll go live tonight. We have softball practice, so it might be a little later. Do we have softball practice tonight? Julie? She's on her phone.
What?
Do we have softball practice?
Yes.
Okay, so probably be 8, 9 o'clock. Oh my God, Casper's not online? How's that possible? Where's Cat?
It's like 6 to 7:30.
Oh, I'll be back. All right, we'll do 8 o'clock. Just for you, Shelly. Adrian Goodman, my guess. Holy cow. Well, man, it'd be a big guess right now. I would go on a limb and say this. If the models significantly shift, then the west coast of Florida is going to be talking about it in the Panhandle. Put it to you that way. Let's hope not. Okay? And the reason I say that is this. The heat potential is incredible. So if this thing indeed shifts and we see a path down through here, we definitely have the makings of a major hurricane. No ifs, ands, or buts. The potential. So that that's worst case, but I'm more concerned, I guess, today of where this thing actually develops as far as the center, because it changes so much. So remember the other day when I drew that funny picture of who should be watching from Texas to Maine? That's the truth. So, all right. Anything else? Let's see. Let me close the windows here. So, we're just watching in real time. Oh, look at that. Somebody just drew something funny. Yeah, there's just a lot of chitter chatter now. So, anyway, all right. So let's see what you're talking about. Yeah, Susie, it's unfortunate, but I don't like this trend to the west. Talked about it a lot. Eyeballs. You know, we joked. Oh God, now we're at that point of the thing where I got to drink cold coffee. So I need a portable microwave right here. That would be phenomenal. Or how about it just a warm? Don't they make little like coffee plates that warm up? Kristen, I know how to say it. It's Heber. I have a friend named Kevin Heber. I just say Hebert. Hey, what's up, Lindsay? Where's he? I miss his. He makes me sound smarter because he brings up good points. um, so yeah, it's a big system. Listen, from day one, this has been a big system, big wide system, and big wide systems take a long time to get going. Big wide systems do things like create surge, larger surge, because they impact obviously a larger area, but um, you know, this thing is big, and I sound so professional when I say that. It's big, but look, just the scope of it. You know, I mean, you can say, look, there's outflow. Look at that. I mean, so the overall size of this thing is humongous. So if it's able to get all this moisture going, then we could definitely see a pretty large system. So the secondary blob following behind it is interesting, but it does appear that the main blob is winning. They fight. We got a pair of blobs. Oh my God, we need to pump the blob shirt because we have a pair of blobs. But I think there's some draw tools on Weather. This is Weather Nerds, by the way. I think he has a cool tool here that we can measure. There is a measure thing. I think. Where the heck was it? I remember using it last year. Measure. There it is. Measure. So in reality, we can say this. That's 758 miles. We do this, 730 miles. So it's 700 miles size, generally speaking. 780. I mean, you can argue more, but in reality, it's a big old beast. 780 miles wide. Technically, 700. So I mean, it's if you know, and how far is it from Miami? 1,793 miles. So 1,793 miles from Miami. If you do the old math here, let's just pretend. If you divide that out by 15 miles an hour, it's going to be here in 119 hours. If you divide that by 24, 4.9 days. That's 5 days technically. And that would be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What'd I tell you? So, this math class 101. And I have not got a call from AT&T yet for my designer studios. So there you go. That's pretty interesting. So there you go. All right. So there's that. Somebody had a good point. Let's do it. We're going to the AT&T designer studios. Somebody mentioned a good thing that we could play around with. I mean, this is definitely not official, but we're just for, you know what they say, poop and giggles. I could say the S word, but that's on the lines of maybe not good to say that word all the time. So let's see. All right. So if we just theoretically kind of hard to see. I wish I could figure out a better way to do it. But the models would definitely. So if this thing shifted to where I think it could shift, we're going to see models into the Gulf. Put it to you that way. There's Casper. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I would never panic. Yeah, Casper. I know everybody's got questions. I don't really. It's hard. The overlay, the overlay. So, well, here I can do this. Here's what I can do. Do. I will do this. This might make it easy for me. Just kind of. All right. So there's where Florida is. We got a dog storm. Which dog is that? So. All right, so you have to use your imagination, okay? This is Florida. Nothing else, nothing more. So if the model shifted and the models stayed the same, this is not Florida anymore, but the models are. So you can see we'd have some, obviously, on the West Coast and more to the south. So I'm not going to talk about that anymore. That might be too much ifs and buts. And yes, Linda, yes, Incaline is a word. All right, so what do we got? We got hurricane hunters flying out today. We got a developing system. We have a lot of friends down in the Leeward Islands, Lesser Antilles, Barbados. So they're definitely watching this creep in. It is not doing the northwest turn as expected yet. So their conditions are going to start going downhill quick. And we have friends, George, down in the Trinidad area. Look at that. This is all attached. So this thing is indeed not going to miss the islands. And it's coming close. So there you have it. Look at that. Right for Barbados. That was what the hurricane hunters find, right? So anyway. That's it. Hey, Claude. No, I don't think so. I mean, there is a weakness coming for sure. How strong that weakness is, it's going to allow it to pull northward. I would not be shocked to have West Coast Florida and Panhandle people in the mix soon. And cold Starbucks coffee has got to be the worst thing in the world. All right, so cool beans. All right, listen. So a little bit behind the scenes. I'm going to have to use a lint brush. But look, see, I got a professional shirt on today, and it's collared. And you know what? Hunter, look at this. I had to zoom out. Look, I don't know if I can show. I got shoes on. Look, if anybody knows me, look. Somewhere. Oh, there's a shoe. Hunter investigated me today. He was like a hurricane hunter. He was investigating his dad because I was putting on a sock and a shoe, and he had that 7-week curiosity look of, what's this, Daddy? Well, anyway, I get to meet the owners of Big Storm Brewery today, and we might be doing a beer. Hopefully they like me and everything, and we can work it out. But that would be the coolest thing on the planet to have a hurricane themed beer with Mike's weather page, and you know, we'll see where that would go. So that could be exciting stuff ahead. So anyway, there you go, Whitney. They're not fancy, by the way. I think I bought them on Amazon. They look fancy. So, but you know, that's the way it goes. We'll see. All right, so listen, that's it. Amy, yep, I know. Say it ain't so. My keto worked good though. My shirt. I was worried it's an extra large, and I was like, felt good to get in it today. So I know I'm going to get some hypers coming out of this This is the point of a storm that I'll get a Facebook post or something from a meteorologist or something that says, stay away from that guy. He's only about hype. Guaranteed, it's coming. I had to read the post page. I guarantee it. Now, if I was a psychic, I would come. I'm going to see it right here. But see, my post won't come up because I'm. Lots of talk though. Let's see what the posts say. Oh, there you go. Somebody just brought up a good point. Ari, I need a Ember cup. There you go, Julie. There's a good gift. I set it at whatever temp. Oh, you guys rock. I'm late, 9:17. Hey, there's our buddy Candy. I haven't heard in a while. Candlely Nikki. Supporter from last year. Somebody in Puerto Rico. What's up, Nils? How you doing? I did not block you, Michelle. I have to probably manually. Some people I have to manually. So email me if you're watching, Michelle. Thank you, Shelly, for that. I saw you post that. So, hey, no haters yet. That's always good. Shelly's always there helping out. Appreciate that. So, all right. Cool beans. All right, we're going to do it later on for sure. We got a lot to watch today. So, we'll watch how this thing progresses. And big day here tracking our system. There's always a key day when you track systems, is whether or not they oof poof or oh boy, it's on like Donkey Kong. We saw that with Lorenzo. Lorenzo was forecast to be a hurricane. So this is how screwed up tropics are. So it's Gonzalo, inside joke. Gonzalo was forecast to be a hurricane, ended up nothing, and it died. Hannah was supposed to be a 40-mile-an-hour tropical storm, ended up being a 90-mile-an-hour hurricane. So you just never know. But this one's definitely got a bigger moisture field. I don't believe drier is a factor as much. We have an MJO pulse, and so it's got the potential. So we'll see. All right, we'll be here on tonight for sure. For sure. So we'll see y'all. Thanks so much, supporters. Appreciate it. Thank you, January. Cool name. I always like names like that. Tuesday's gone. I never met a person named Tuesday though. But Leonard Skinner, Tuesday's gone with the wind. I love it. So I got some stars. Thank you, Janine. Could be, Jason. Yes, it could be. All this right here, unfortunately, would start to wrap up around. So. Oh, Michael. Good point. I don't know why. I set her up on. I set her up to be a supporter, so she can answer questions. And I was checking something. She's on there now. She's got the Louis mug. So when you see a Louis mug, that is Miss Mike. Her name is Julie. And we are doing stickers, by the way, for the supporters. I had a lot of y'all say don't worry about it, but I do. We're going to make cool little stickers that say something. And Stephanie Stokes is helping. My buddy Dusty. We're going to do it. And Julie's going to help with that. So watch for the post that says, shoot your address for that. Jeremy, yeah, we can show you real quick. I mean, I'm going to keep looking at questions here for a little bit. So GFS on this model, I don't know if it's been updated though. Yeah, we get Euro. I mean, I think the best place to go to look at them all would be go to Weather Nerds and just look at the ensembles, because you get a really better feeling of what each model's thinking. And if you look at the GFS ensembles, with the black being the mean of them all, and then you look at the Euro, almost the same. We're just watching for this track to the west and how it's going to change all this. So spaghetti models right now are not your friend. Steering patterns are your friend. There's a good shot of our system. I need to put a lower resolution shot. That thing's huge. 1080, 1880. I can zoom out, I guess. Here we go. So here's a good shot. But it definitely has two blobs. This one's dominating. And definitely dominating on the wind charts. So the secondary area of convection is definitely not tied into the initial blob of convection. So even 700 millibar, you know, so again, 700 millibar is kind of a blend of the two. There's Barbados. 700 millibar showing your low pressure spin south of Barbados, you know, and we go to the spaghetti models and it just confuses me. They're initializing a little higher to the north, so we'll see. No biggie. All right, so we'll do it. We'll do it tonight for sure. Tyler, yes, he did, and it's even bigger now. Idea, that's pretty funny. Cool, Cindy, thank you. So, all right, so we'll see what's going on. The pivot's the spin. Yep, how's it starts to wrap around. It's a big area right now, but we'll see. All right, just keep your eyes open. Anything's possible. Timing is the only thing that I don't think people are caught up on. You know, if it does indeed become anything, we're talking about Sunday affecting possibly South Florida. It's not a lot of time. So, all right, have a good day. What's up, Dale? We'll I'll read some comments here. Dave, all right. Hey, Joy, live tonight at 8. Yep, Shelly. Hopefully we have a lot more clarity tonight. Casper, answering questions. Thank you. Cool beans. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. I'm going to go heat up my hot coffee now. Bye.